It really does feel like, 56 years after the killing of Martin Luther King Jr., it really does feel like that identity politics is finally dying, and I'm going to show you some pretty compelling proof that that's the case. That's what's going on. And really, it's kind of interesting when you think about it. All it took to get us over that hump was Donald Trump. And after years and years of just slanderous attack after slanderous attack, him being labeled a racist, basically labeled any ist or ism that you can possibly be labeled, he was labeled. All it took was that guy walking into a segregated group of journalists and saying, look, I didn't even know she was black until recently about Kamala Harris. And any leftist brain that wasn't already broken by the man snapped at that moment, just completely broke down. And now the race game that the Democrats rely on, it's ending, man. Just take a look at this young lady, Jade, in Arizona. She is a legit badass for sure.
Like Miss Carey said, my name is Jade. I am a former Democrat. Unlike Kamala Harris, I'm an actual real-life black woman. And I'm a former Democrat who is currently registered Republican. I stand here before you today because I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democrats using the generational trauma of my people to garner votes. They invoke fear. They tell me I'm oppressed. They tell me I'm less than. They tell me I'm not good enough. And they tell me that my white brothers and sisters in Christ are my enemy. No. They are not. As a follower of Jesus Christ, Ephesians 5:11 tells me I must expose the works of the enemy. And the enemy is telling me that don't worry that I can't pay my bills, that I'm working 6 days a week this week and I'm tired. And I went to school and I have a career. I'm doing worse under this administration than in Donald Trump's administration, but I'm told to be afraid of a man who made my life better? Yep. How does that work? Make it make sense. During COVID, I knew more of my white guy friends that lost their jobs than me and my black girlfriends. We are the same in this country. All these Americans want the same thing. We want safety. We want prosperity. We want peace. And the Democrats keep going back and look, check it out, right? I honor my ancestors and the people who fought for us to be in this room here today. No one is discounting what my people went through, but honor them by getting past it and invoking forgiveness in this culture. I'm so tired of being told I need to be afraid. I'm so tired that I need to be told all the time that I have to vote for the Democrats who have done nothing positive for my life at all. My life is totally worse than it was during the Trump administration. Yet I kept having, you must vote for the Democrats. We're told this as black people since we were a child. Let's honor our ancestors by doing better and honor them, because they're rolling over in their graves hearing the fact that Kamala Harris is having Megan Thee Stallion twerk and showing our bodies as these just vessels of lust. That's not cool. These women out here are being told that Donald Trump is like their enemy, when really, Kamala Harris opening up the border, look what happened to Laken Riley. She's a woman. She was a woman just like I am. No woman, black or white, wants that to happen to her. All of these people whose kids are dying, the black moms, the white moms, they all cry the same color tears. Yes. So let's move past this. Let's vote for Donald Trump so we can all be prosperous again. Let's get out of this fear, this rage, and this anger, because it comes from the devil. So hear me, black folks. Hear me, white folks. We are so much more alike than we are different. Oh, yeah. We need to forgive each other. We need to help each other. And I don't owe the Democrats anything. They owe me. They're to serve us. They're public servants. Stop putting them on a pedestal. Make them work for us.
Dude, thank God for people like Jade, man. Thank God for people like Jade. I mean, what can you even say about that? Every single thing that she said is 100% accurate. We're expected to just bow down to all the propaganda. Just ignore the fact that real people are really struggling. Ignore the fact that things are degrading every single day, more every single day in every single way. Don't worry about any of that. Just hate, fear, and defeat Donald Trump. The one guy that actually made things better. The one guy actually brave enough to shoot the American people straight on all this stuff. The guy that powerful forces in both parties hate. Don't worry about you. Don't worry about your own self-interest. Just do as you're told and save democracy. That's what they expect, right? But we all need to be more like Jade, man, because here's the thing. Whether you vote for Republican or Democrat or Green Party, Libertarian, whatever it is, vote using your own mind. Vote using your own understanding of actual policy and what it is you actually support. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with Jade. But if a person can't apply rational thought and reasoning when they vote, then honestly, that person should not be voting. But that's what we have, man. We have too many people that just vote as they're told. They literally let the programming dictate the outcome. And we just can't do that anymore, man. We need more people like Jade. And the good news is, I think we have a lot more people like Jade. And if you think it's just a red state like Arizona or a formerly red state like Arizona, whatever it is now, I don't think it is. People are thinking for themselves all over the place, in blue states also. The one good thing Kamala Harris is doing is she's actually waking people up, and people are leaving the plantation.
She's using her color. I thought that Martin Luther King said the color wasn't the issue. I thought it was the content of our character that we were supposed to be recognized for. But if she's going to keep running on that color, she's going to have a misconception about how black people really roll.
Gotta love it, man. I mean, it's wild to me, man. The modern day Democrats have completely hijacked the memory and the work of people like Martin Luther King Jr., people like Malcolm X. And it's pretty amazing to watch. People have absolutely no idea really what the civil rights movement even stood for. They have no idea that almost everything the Democrats stand for now is the complete antithesis of everything that the civil rights movement stood for. And if you really, that's a little off topic, but if you really, really want to upset a liberal, anytime one of them tries to quote Malcolm X especially, just ask them, hey, did you know that Malcolm X said the white liberal is the worst enemy to America and the worst enemy to the black man? I mean, they will absolutely lose their mind. But anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked. There's more.
If you bring somebody into office that looks like you, but then continues to detriment your community, what was that for? But if you choose somebody who can raise your community, then you chose the right one.
Yes. Wait,
so
who do you choose?
Personally, I choose Trump.
I'm looking for who I think is more qualified to run the country. That's all I'm looking at.
Black Latinos are starting to be a little bit more critical. They're fed up of their hard-earned money going to illegal, undocumented people.
Kamala Harris did not do a good job on the border because from what I know, a lot of people were coming from the other side and doing a lot of bad things to what we call home.
I think she's not a good candidate for president because she's with Joe Biden for the past 2 years, a wreck up in New York,
Colors don't matter, man.
Right, they don't.
Ask God, man.
That's true. So what do you think about a candidate that uses their race as a selling point? Do you think
That's some weird
That's weird?
You lost. You lost already, 2024. If you racist today, you lost. Nobody going against Trump.
It's not about race. It's about what they provide for the society, is what they could do for the community.
With her putting a lot of black Americans in jail for the marijuana, they're not really going for her.
We also got people's thoughts on Trump's recent comments on Harris's ethnicity.
She was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Yeah, she was Hindu when it suited her purpose, and now that she's running, the black vote suits her purpose. So, like Trump said, now she's black.
Donald Trump is absolutely right. Her mother is Indian, her father is Irish Hindu, and she's always presented herself as Indian.
What do you think about Trump saying Kamala Harris is black? I thought she was Indian. She was saying she was Indian.
That's my response. Trump is an open book, yo. Facts.
That's just Trump being Trump. I don't believe he's racist. I don't even think he has a racist bone in his body.
And Trump said that Kamala Harris always portrayed herself to be Indian, and now all of a sudden she's saying she's black.
Right? Nah, she's really Indian. She just want our support. She's trying to snatch our support away from Trump. But that's not how that's going down.
Here's what I love to see, man. 4 years ago, even 2 years ago, probably, who knows, even 6 months ago, most people stopped on the streets in New York City. They would never in a million years be brave enough to speak out either against Democrats or in support of Donald Trump, right? But that is how far these people have pushed. People don't care anymore. They know that what they believe is right. They know that what they see is the truth. And they don't care if you attack them for actually saying it, right? They do not care. And it's fantastic to see. Of course, we actually have to see what really happens, in November in the rest of the country. But to me, it really does feel like the tides are turning. People really have had enough. They've been pushed as far as they can be pushed. And, whether they know it or not, I think most people really do feel that we're running out of time and that this could be it, and if they let the machine get away with tricking them into allowing the installation of someone as hollow and as fraudulent as Kamala Harris, then that really probably truly is the end. Even if she doesn't fully destroy the place herself, if they can install Joey and then back to back install Kamala Harris, then they can literally install anything they want whenever they want to do it. But that's just my take, man. I thought you guys would appreciate seeing that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.